And examining the power flow on this unit, the power comes in, sorcery, output. Hey guys, welcome back to Busted to Built. Today we're working on the Tahoe because we broke it. And for anybody that watched that last video, we broke it pretty good. So now we're missing some pieces in here. I broke my outer shaft pretty good. I'm not sure what happened first here, whether it's the chicken or the egg. Obviously we have ejecto U-joint, but obviously we have broken shaft. So I'm not sure there, but significant damage in there. And then this here, that ear come around and hit my upper ball joint, actually popped it up just a hair. You can't probably see that on camera, but I don't know, maybe a 16th or an 1/8 inch or something. So I'll get that apart, press that back in. Just gonna reuse it all because I'm a junkyard dog. And for this though, I did order the replacement and that came already. So now we're running 4340 chromoly for an outer on this, and we'll get a new U-joint in it. I bought a new seal kit, so this seal's still all right and everything, but this seal right here on the shaft was scorched, and hopefully my inner seal on the tube is all right too. I don't see any fluid out here, so fingers crossed it's all right, but we got to get it apart and see, so let's do that. Alright guys, I got that all apart. I just looked at the camera and I had it in slow motion and not time lapse. So maybe I got some sweet slow motion pics in there or something. Got it all apart anyway, so here's the knuckle, there's the hub, rotor, here's our broken axle, here's our salvaged axle that came out of this axle right here, which is the spare that I got along with that axle that came on a chassis that I bought for just parts. And I already had to pull both the outers off of this one because I broke them already on the driver's side on the other one, so I've already salvaged all the axles out of this axle and used them up for parts. Then we got this axle out, and looking down the tube, I'm sure the camera's not going to show nothing, but that seal's good in there. And that's really what I was worried about, was whether that seal was going to be trash in there, because that's kind of a bear to do that seal. So that one's good, so I just got to put this little seal on here, which isn't even a legit seal, it's just like a little dust thing that goes on there. This one was trash. This is all that's left of that one from this guy flopping around in there. So now I've got my spare. So I'm going to throw that in. That's not chromoly. I'm not worried about it because these shafts are monstrous. That's like probably 25% bigger than the outer shaft. So a guy'd have to get pretty ignorant to break one of these. Not that I'm not capable of doing that, but neither here nor there. So on the knuckle here, like I say, this ball joint, it's just popped out just a hair. Get some light on it. And you guys can probably barely see that. I went around and hit it with the pick so that way I can get the dirt out of it. So now I'm going to see if that'll press back in there. And it's kind of a bummer it knocked my grease zerk off. So neither here nor there. We're going to see if that'll press back in. They both feel good and stiff still. So I just replaced them like 2 months ago. So we're not going to do nothing with that. And then I got my U-joint ready to go for everything. And I guess we'll just see if this shaft will pop out of that hub now. Yep, so there's all we got left of the broken shaft. It's broke off right flush. Right there. Very interesting. See. And then I just pulled this one out. This is just a spare outer I have that's just a stock one. Just wanted to kind of eyeball it compared to this one, and they look identical really. I don't see any big differences as far as more beef on this one or anything, so but it must be all in the material there. Alright, that went back in there nicely. Good deal. And I'm not going to worry about it a whole lot. Say, if it happens again, it happens again. The lower ball joint's really the saving grace here, because that thing's a monster and it's snap ringed in. So it's pretty much you'd have to shear right off to give me a legitimate problem, I think. But it is what it is for now. And we're going to try and bash this U-joint out real quick. So now I got this whole shaft assembled, and you can see pretty good the difference in diameter from right there to right there. But we got our seals on, knuckles back on, so now we just got to slip our shaft through there. We'll put our hub bearing back on, assembly, reverse of disassembly. Let's So got her all slapped together, no big deal here. It looks more proper like it should. Almost like if this piece right here of the axle turned, that outside piece of the axle would turn too. So fingers crossed we got it fixed. Let's go take it for a drive. Obvious noises in two-wheel drive, which is good. Seems alright. A little bit of noise out of my links, they're all full of mud. Or my Heim joints, I guess. Let's put her in 4 low and try it. fixed my popping noise. Must have been that U-joint the whole time. Rats. This is fun. Doesn't make any noise. Oh, it's so quiet. Thanks for following along, guys. We got this one fixed back up, and I've had a hell of a knocking coming out of what I thought was the driver front for a long time, and I'm pretty sure it ended up being the passenger front. So I examined everything when I pulled this differential apart, replaced all my seals. I had both axle shafts out of it and looked everything over, and everything seemed good and tight. And I was, at that point, it's like, well, whatever's making that noise is going to give up the ghost here soon, and then we're going to know. And I say went and just kind of peeled it around the yard for a second, just making sure everything bound up real good, turning in 4-wheel drive, and there's no pop at all. So very happy that's fixed. That's going to make this much better to drive. I was just running it in 2-wheel drive all the time pretty much, and if I had to come across something hard, I just hit the hubs in because I was so sick of that noise. So now she's ready for the next go around, and like I say, I appreciate everybody checking her out, and we'll catch you on the next one.